the outcome even before it has come. All right. The famous quotation from the court now is, when we get to that bridge, we will cross it. We hope that the bridge will be there when we are getting to it. All right. Thank you very much. See. Okay.
Abuzafo yabeda munyina masibiem na say a board the ne akoso court tofa e wetwi kasemu a the medical can say the ne akoso court ene the nra yehun wo court no e ya nwanwasem kese pa nti a mekasa ne say Ewra John Dramani Mahama de asemi ebeto Supreme Court animi isi for the omanu ye aba de ne sa hye sa krata na se eye banodani ma isi chairperson Jim Mensa ono and so ye the returning officer for the 2020 presidential election. O de ne sa hye sa anu ye na se wie ye no wa ye de lawyer for friend no affidavit of verification say adanse ana nanu disem wo de ato court nanim ni nyina ye no kwasem ewi akira ye be case management a court ma order say isi for adanse for do say na mo be frɛ mo se ba ko mo adanse ni hwan a mo si Mensa the chairperson court ma order say by a certain date on fa na adanse kratamra 22nd January 2021 Yema mi de ne sa hye na dance krata ase a odi abre court. Nti odi ne answer aba with affidavit of verification. Odi ne witness statement aba na dance krata aba. Eno so statement of truth de akire nyina ne se adanse e wo sa krata no so bibia ye no kre. Ebiem yegusu a ye case management mo be kai a lawyer Chachuchi Kata, lawyer for the petitioner. Esre court ne se Omomaye misa Jim Mensa nsemfua be edu mienu na saa anu ye ne beboa ama no kre wo saa asemu emu no ene atentere ne aye adwuma ye ma mi Jim Mensa anu ye in opposing this request no the okan ne say emma court no oda ne say on answer saa questions no because John Mahama ne na lawyer fo benya kwanya during cross examination ebisa na sansem bisa ni nyina na kire say Jim Mensa on different occasions not only in her answer and answer the witness statement mu but affidavit ye adanse a waswan ama court no anyante ase say obeba adaka ni mu abedi adanse ne ye wasem bia ye bisa no afa enra John Mahama awie the case na dance for miensa nyina di o madanse awie Omunyina wura adaka ni mu with akukodro answer all questions are all sides the respondents had for them because omunim se no kretrodo no moka and omunim se omutim fita edu ye maame so metena adaka mu a ye maame se adaka ne pa de ontena mu na entena mu kina wasesa na adwen on ma adaka ni mu na dance krata no ono an de ba ye se de akura se maka menwe ye nti no ye mfa na de ma no mfa nkofie oni adanse adan na won pese oba be di adanse na ya toto wano na ya bisa wonsem because in 2012 Owura Farijan eba court to defend the constitutional obligations and to show say abatwa sambre no ka say John Mahama we no na wa we ni ampa answered all questions enti wonya boni bia why wadwuma kama adenti ena akonta mredru udwane na eno ho asem ne yaba beka muhu se ye insist through our lawyer say court no enhye maame no na ometena daka no because ono ankasa obi amfa tu ansi ni tuso ono ankasa ene ka kire court ne se omommo saa ye interrogatories ne saa ye nsem bisa no ntontwene because obetena daka ni mu a saa nsem bisa ni nyire betimia bisa no. And so having intimated that to the court, no, on to me Sanson Sisana drink as a and Eddie Mem. Now the lawyer crack when they say, Sebi, on your dancing Nibia keke. Jim Mensah is not an ordinary witness in an ordinary case involving private interest. Or yet, the constitutionally mandated person, ono na batwa ye nyina na esi ni na so obobo results na bibia woni tim enti echinyagye aba figures wunyina no ono pe na obetumi ayi ano na busianfo ebia na munim de enti agi mensa onpeso obewura daka nimu no na mo meyan kan kire mo de enti agi mensa onpeso obewura daka nimu ne se onim se na komam declaration na oye ya court ne say or hwehwema hwese per that declaration and the figures in the declaration, you know, or mampenya kufuadu nya more than 50%, no. Jimensa nimse won't mean justify. Jimensa nimse na some waka on radio so ni in the media. So why correction of the mistake, you know, enya no kre obetena daka nimu a yebepa na wontoma, she will be exposed. Because the ever changing figures ahodo nsia no ebegu nanimu ase. Ama Ghana fo nyina hu se onya no kwafo. E BMG Mensa nimse from 13 now, or the exhibit 4, which is the presidential declaration form one. The lawyer say of failing on 9 December, at the tare dan who baby our year declaration. Onimzo na da kanimu a ehun sem bisa beba. Ebema na de dises our form no. Enye papa. She knows she will be confronted with questions about the authenticity of that form and she cannot justify the authenticity of same. Enunti na wo dwana no. And ultimately, the Ebinumo say, oh, NDC for another Mahama Timmy case, that is why Jimensa says, oh, your case I had about court only a simple. Why a declaration? Per wow declaration, or Mampenya Kufuadu more than 50%. One casa why Gia to Musawa and Fonso. But Yakasa nay, with declaration why in Ayabaco pet. And such a why and Mubi anywhere. There is only one declaration, and it is that 40 declaration that has been enacted into CI 135 and has been gazetted. And some funsoni nyinano Jimens and Ankasa Jiatum. Omo corrections almost your mayani nyinano ayanajo manasen because figures need so. And even if a correction papampua yen declare ye enact yen gazette. And we have presented a compelling and a solid case. MPP for him said they have a case to answer. Crocodile the John near the Roman Assembly Omusro. And you saw said the president of the bench at some point beside lawyer Kutampa said, now cry when you bra what you same way won't free. Oh ye Jimensa na easy for lawyer na. So it should let you know that because they were the beneficiaries of the unconstitutional conduct of Jimensa, any the easy for yen intino. Omusro se maameno ebeba dakanim. Eya sense ba ye jayama court na court de atemu no aba yentimi anyanyansa se ma misa no se na ye na ye ni maguasa ai na ye de no yenya decision on ya woda na the general secretary ka ene se una o se NDC for ye ni asem bia we don't have any issue yentimi kura misa wasem papa bia because the case ni bogus ave adana usuro but na dakanim na be expose how hollow our cases. This is not the time for her to run. She must account for her constitutional duties.
You're ready? Okay. Good afternoon, friends of the media, and indeed the entire citizenry of Ghana who have taken time off their busy schedules to follow the proceedings of the Supreme Court. Indeed, the trajectory of this case lends credence to our position that this petition, as it stands now, does not meet the threshold of Article 64. Indeed, our position today has affirmed this assertion. It is a tried principle of law that there is the right to be heard, But inherent in this right is the right not to speak. The petitioner exercised their right to be heard, and they spoke. We have decided, as the second respondent, not to exercise this right. And in actual fact, a petitioner who has confidence, full confidence in his case, should be happy, probably popping some champagne or drinking some tea, because we have decided not to adduce any evidence. However, it is curious that the petitioner, on whom the burden of proof lies, wants the Electoral Commissioner to mount the witness box in order for him to use the Electoral Commissioner to prove its case. This is not heard of, and our application today was firmly grounded in law. Lawyers, when we go to court, decide the strategy we want to take. We, as counsel for the second respondent, decided to take this course of action. And we indeed feel that this is the master stroke and has, should I say, has disturbed the camp of the petitioner. And that is why they have made lengthy submissions as to why this should not hold. The court, we are in the bosom of the court, and we know that tomorrow the court will adjudge in our favor. We are hopeful that the court will rule in our favor. Let me land with a quote from Shakespeare in my favorite book, Hamlet, which says, "To thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night and the day. Thou canst not then be false to man." The truth is only one, and the truth is that His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was validly elected the President of the Republic of Ghana in the 2020 election. Thank you. We'll now take some questions.
Different number of occasions you have indicated to us that Chairman McMahon was always available with his pink sheets. Outside the law, I just want to find out, are you not worried about the optics, in the sense that you have insisted that your candidate won the election? The custodian of the documents, the court says, should not let the petitioner see the documents. They now say they want him to go into the box, and effectively your counsel agreed that she should not go into the box. The question is, if indeed your candidate won the election validly, what could be the damage of the EC chairperson confirming the obvious, which you insist you have the records to show?
As I have already said, as a lawyer, you have your strategy, and you decide which strategy to take at every point in time. We have always said that we are poised and we are at the mercy of the court. If the court decides that we should give evidence, our star witness is more than ready. But it is curious to note that the petitioner has all the documents that he is requesting for. The petitioner has not met the threshold that has brought us to court. Yes, there is a court of public opinion, but this is a court of law. And the reason why we are here is to challenge the validity of the election. It is to determine the 5 issues that have been set down for trial. And as long as these 5 issues have not been duly satisfied, we believe that the evidence that has been adduced does not in any way prejudice our case. So we have decided that as part of our strategy, and we bear the risk, we are ready not to call evidence. And I think that should be something that we should be allowed to do. In the court of public opinion, what it is that the petitioner himself did not testify. That is something we should all ask. Why is it that John Dramani Mahama did not testify in the matter? He is the one who has brought the matter to court. He is the one who, above all and beyond, is personally affected by the matter. So he should have brought the matter to court. When we speak about this court of public opinion, there are other avenues for redress. The Right to Information Act has been duly passed, and it was passed under the watch of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. The rights under this act can be invoked. Parliament, the petitioner or any upstanding citizen who wants to ensure that the EC is held accountable, as has been bandied around in court when we are not here to challenge the validity of the election, can make formal applications in that regard. So we need to focus on the issues, the 5 issues that have been set down for trial by the court, and know that we are here because there has been a challenge to the validity of the election, and that is what is important. Per Article 63(3), the person who will be elected, who is elected as president, has to cross a 50%, more than 50% threshold. And that is why we are in court. It is not about laying to rest certain allegations that are unfounded. That is not why we are in court.
Just a minor follow-up. Will it hurt your case in any way should the EC chairperson come and speak and confirm what you believe is what actually happened, knowing very well that the people of Ghana have not heard from her, particularly related to how those mistakes which she has admitted to were occasioned?
As I've said already, it is not about whether it will hurt our case or not. We are poised. In any way, if the court decides that we should give evidence, we will give evidence. But as I said, 1, each lawyer has their strategy for their case. 2, and more importantly, we are here to challenge the validity of an election. You, the petitioner, cannot use the evidence of the Electoral Commission to prove your case. No, that is not how it works.
I admit that indeed the proof is on the petitioner in the ongoing matters. But watching from what happened in court today, that your side also opposed that the Electoral Commission, chairperson of the Electoral Commission, who was returning officer for the poll, should mount the witness box and testify. Are you not interested, like the rest of us Ghanaians who are, in knowing what really transpired on the 9th of December, the night of the declaration in question? And also, would it not be more of a validation through the courts that indeed the president was validly elected and validly declared as such? On the matter of whether or not the petitioner has met the legal threshold in terms of proof, is that not left to the court to determine? I mean, in a number of press interactions for a number of days now, your side has always said that the petitioner has not delivered on that. Is it that determination reserved for the court, or it is reserved for your side to share?
The final determination is reserved for the court, but as a lawyer, you assess the case and you decide the strategy to take. In our estimation, the standard which we thought, we expected to be met has not been met. And as such, we think that the court, we pray the court to use the already existing evidence to ensure that it arrives at a final determination of the 5 issues that have been set down for trial. With your second question, I hope I remember. I think it's your first question. The Electoral Commissioner, I keep on saying, this Electoral Commissioner is very tech savvy. All the results, all the documents have been uploaded onto its website. This is an Electoral Commission that even has social media handles. It is in line with the transparency and the need for Ghanaians to know that this information has been put on these websites. So anyone who wants to know what actually happened just needs to visit their website, visit their Facebook page or any other social media handle. The documents are there, and more importantly, the petitioner himself, through his witnesses, has admitted that he has all the documents. So there is no issue as to know what actually happened, because we all know what actually happened, and the documents to support same are available on the internet. And then when you come to the validation, as I said, the court is not here to validate who won the election. The petitioner has brought a petition challenging the validity. So if you are challenging the validity, then you need to show the court why this validity does not exist, or this validity is not what it is. So that is the burden of proof that is on the petitioner, and the court is not to validate what actually happened. So it's going into the actual issues, and that is what we are in court for. So let's always remember why we are in court. It's not about the public opinion, but for legal issues to be determined. Okay. So now I'll hand over to my sister Fati to give the tree translation.
Yo, me nyanama yeshemu ha. Ghana Central for any addition or majibra or moshe yen wofie. Me gidi say nyina eye ensama ewo election petition mu a eye former President John Dramani Mahama or the abedan court no bi edi so. Nanso so ansa na meko ne nesi wo court dem ho na me kan mo say eye petitioner no ene Ghana for dodo na local and international observers ka ho mon central for cry enam mofidi akese bebre so edi abofo mo ko enkro bebre so ko hwe sa collation na ekoso at the constituency level polling station region and national edi ho adanse epefe say ye de ye nim pefe say President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo aba ye koto on 7 December 2020 no odinkunim prekope sabi former President John Dramani Mahama ena wanting ho ase ntini abepie mu court ha na sabi nsama e ka no court ha na ayaye yi no enyina so ne adanse enya abosremuka na sa obekan a ene da tosu dumiensa court na sinkonwa wa ha na petitioner na nkasa or say ne bonyo election na yekoto on 7 December ni echire enkenkan mu petitioner no out of 13 times a court na sinkonwa no wapie mu a ha say premier nu pe nenya no nko a o petitioner no kra na eye court hansama ekoso esunsunsanso onim se ebeka na se ne se bi NDC ni bi a wotu ne na besi ha no ono ankasa kra wanyi ne ho danse ni amfa na danse ama medan court no samo bekan a eye nra petitioner na lawyer for say ensama omode beda court enyina so enimu adanse enyina omode abegu ewo mu say ansa na court no be start esi nkonwa no na omo ankasa yi court na sutre se nyame adoma adanse fo num e na omo be frɛ omo form asemu megu nra na adanse fo miensa e na omo frɛ eye owura se edu nketia eye Dr. Michael Pesa White ene owura Rojo Metal Nunu ene adanse fo pa omo frɛ say ye ka say yen sorry ntia mu say kian ne kin esese adanse fo mienu omo yi court sutre se omo be frɛ omo no omo nkofo omo mra atokos da bi yen ka sa efi se court ha say na ayaba no ye de emra ene ye adwuma enti sa mra na ema petitioner no kwan se ma ne megina adaka mu medi adanse emfa moa ne case no sa mra na so na ma electoral commission chairperson so akwanya se won pese obegina adaka mu abedi adanse de abeboa ne case a ehu hia se obegina adaka mu enti na ye gina ha no na sa obekan so a eye petitioner no na dance for na lawyer for ensema na omo kan court dem ho no kame aye say omo kira ade ba kope se eye adanse for miensa omo do mbegina adaka mu no ensema ombe toto papa so ne omo de beda court ni nyina kame aye say antimi ama enyina so nti a adesrede omo de abeda court nanim se court no enka se eye aba ma meji mensa o declare ye no eni emra ene mra no bo ebra ana say eye aba ye koto ye no obi ani nkunim enti court no nhye na yensa anya nhyehyɛ foforo na eye former President John Dramani Mahama ene President Akufo-Addo omo nsan kosi aka ni bio no oma dance for miensa na omo begina adaka mu ebe so aye se omo ka no kre no omo mu bia ni hono ma otimi ma adanse a etimi pagya omo koduru mpempen so a court no ebetu no ho asi o se saa desrede omo de abedan court omo de be mo omo enu nti omo se saa de a ene esese ekwa hayo esese ye hye EC chairperson ne keten se wo pe o megina adaka mu ne antoto na no na ehe na wote sesa wo sama obi a nipa na wasama no ono ne sai na so die se obeyi wadanse enya wo wadanse ni nyina so na sesa wo de be dan court no ebio ene Obetie lawyer penina no kasama petitioner na. Ose ai enam se ebra omode adesrede beto court batan yanim. Se nke yema o makwanya no mo ntoto electoral commission na no enye nsemfo bi asa akwanya na ama no na ekire se ne ye nhye se isi ba penyi begina adakam. Na nya sa na court ne kan. Court no a ruling omode ba ye on that issue of interrogatories no almost say a free say eye ensema na petitioner na lawyer for atwere guru akrata so any set of questions omode be dan court no in interrogatories na ehu hia eye irrelevant enti na court no bogu ye court na antwere wo ruling no mu say enam se na ma me na twere e wo affidavit mu so onya akwanya say obegina adaka mu obeyi nsem na no nti ma na nya nti san nsem na omo keka wo ha se ni nyina emfa kwan mu ebio mehu se petitioner no ne kasamafo ne lawyerfo ne bi begina adaka yanima omo ka kire mo se ai emese court dem ho de mrakwan mu de bia ne ani nkunim enti yamfa propaganda mbeda aga na adehye na omo nka ya semo maye na ada wunsura adenti na amegina adaka mu accountability enti adenti na amegina adaka mu ye nyina ye nim se ga na adehye ya na musifo wo mrahye bedwam ase ba no nkontabuo ne accountability a sabi omutimi frɛ isi no anase isi na adwumayefo ebre bia emo bebu nkonta ekire ga na adehye through parliament emo ka se adwuma amode maaye no mpempenso a ya akoduru ni na ha na yede yekɔ ena court na ya ba begina ha no eye petitioner no anchekire yen sa begina court ha se oba for accountability also oba se declaration na isi ba panyi eye no ebu eye ga na mrapon no article 63 clause 3 enu nti na ejina ha o say declaration na ma me ne na ebu mra because obia anya 50% plus o say ebu mra because onu no ahuma bia eye nkontabuo num na ankoso ye ogidi say betima ye nsakiraye e wo results num enu nti na ejina ha enti se ne nipa ne begina ha na nsemfua na onu no de beda ga na adehye ema enu nyina so nti omutu emabunugu monten so ema ebi hwere omunkwa ebinya ankwanhia ebinya abayamane no sa begina court one for nsemfua no mu bia meda court na ebe wi ase no o se ye megina for accountability nti amesre mo omo ba mo kan omo se enye enu nti na omo de ebegina court ha sei ebio se petitioner no accountability de so omo pa enya obakofo ho ene eje accountability yenye bin free petitioner no ho sa ono ana Ghana fo akohoma a free aban no fotuom ene ye nyina ye kotokuom ye keka bo mu de ma isi ne so omo nko conduct election enu nti na candidates edumienu anom ye presidential candidate omu nyina na musifo ye ma omo carbon copies of a pink sheet any collation sheets from polling station constituency region and national na accountability nti na nka ehu behia se omampanyi dada se ode asem we bakot abetwema nso a enko obeka se mene mama nyokuo enam accountability any die sununku ne obu a ye wo maga na adehye nti enka nkonta ye bu ye no esunsunsu aso ni na nso so omo begina court ha omanfa accountability no ho nkonta ama amfa ho adanse ama na oma begina ya kase da bi ye de ye ni aso de bia ama Ghana fo na oma hu so oma di nchonti eno omo de abegina ha sei adwane afiri nsam omo de beda court no ebe pre foforo se ne enemu nyina mu sete ye no ya judge eye ajaje fo omo tena adwam omo ti obi anu asem eye second respondent a lawyer for me papa odi ani me yoru akoto ampaw ogina amra so isi lawyer panyin so ejase na manuvo no so gina amra so ese sa wo hwe eye high court civil procedure rules eye CI 47 no ma sa wo hwe order 36 rule 4 sub rule 3 any order 38 3e 1 any 5 as amended by CI 87 na yenhye obisa omegina adaka mu media dansie emra no enye sa na mra ne kire enti sa wo beda court a oba fi say unim se wasem a wo de ba no emu odu enya tentenhuo enya sawa unim asem a wo de beda court enti na abaaye ye medru court ha nwie emeka sa madanse no mu oha enti me baba beji adanse afri nipa amene no pre wo court ha no ho enti mesre mo se nsem na ya no mama na kofom na Ghana fonzo so ate ase se sabi ne wa beda court e de akinye aba beto ha no ono ena se ode ne nyina so ene na danse eba enti nyame adom a ochina se court no sa sin eye nyame adom a ya wada napa court no besin konwa na enne ensema epie mu application a first and second respondent a lawyer for the abedan court no wa bebu an eduru ho nso ye de no nso nkyeremu bebremu medam nyina amase. Thank you.
My ladies, my hey. Sorry.